welcome to the live stream today. We're rock and rolling here with Prince, and Legal Lily says she got permission or whatever, so I'm letting her handle that part of it. We jamming, we jamming on the Prince anyway, and we're just gonna let them figure it out if they got it. They just come and talk to me about it. They got a problem with it. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. I'm getting worked up. Welcome to the live stream tonight, everybody. We also streaming from WAP. We streaming from Instagram. I think I was supposed to go back over there and click the key over Instagram, but I don't know Instagram. Need to make it a little bit. Needs to make it a little bit easier to get that done over there. But we streaming everywhere. It says we're everywhere, so we are there everywhere. Welcome to the stream tonight. I'm Coach Neighbors, Pro Se Legal School. We provide education materials, courses, legal documents, lawsuit packages, workshop coaching that teaches self-represented individuals, superhero, self-represented individuals who have the courage and the guts to step up. That's what we. To step up. We're teaching them about the court procedures and legal pitfalls, the administrative BS that violates your due process. That's what we do around here. And in this video tonight, we're going to just touch on a little bit about what happened when your case was your case dismissed? Was your case dismissed, thrown out, and they didn't even look at your evidence? I mean, your exhibits, your exhibitable evidence. Okay, we'll go over that. Okay, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're going to have another live stream on this. We had the first live stream. We had 16 people in it, and everybody left feeling like they got value. Now, one of the things you learn in the live stream, in this live stream, or in the live stream, in the workshop that we're going to have, and we're talking about the information in this live stream. Okay, in that workshop is going to be, we're going to teach you how to structure the two set documents that you need to crush the judge or punch the judge, to, not literally, to handle that business in the court too. And so that's kind of what we're talking about. You're going to learn in the workshop how to build the two documents, how I made them, so you can make your own. And, once you learn how the course, once you learn the structure, then you can tweak that to do whatever you need to do. And that's an extra tip for that piece of information right there. Okay, and we're coming at you guys live from an undisclosed location. This place is really nice. Well, we got stuck in this other place close to this place. And so we tried to find a nice place that was nicer than that place, because that place wasn't nice as this place, and we didn't want to stay at that place because we wanted to stay at or nicer this place. Anyway, and so the only place that was open was this place, and they call it the elope community, for all the people that elope to run off and get married. Well, I'm not admitting to anything except for what I can prove on the sign. Okay. But it's an undisclosed location. It's an undisclosed eloping location. Okay. Come on now. Y'all need to keep up with me here, okay? Because this could get complicated. That's, when you say it backwards. Okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted. I like this place because, well, you can just come here and do stuff, and you don't have to have your family all up in your business, and then nobody has to know anything, except if they see you here. But if I see anybody here, I'm not going to tell them that I saw you here, because I know how to say in Vegas, what happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas, or something like that. I don't know. Okay, but y'all just work with me here. So, okay, so in this video, I'm going to just, in this video live stream and video thingy we got going on, we're going to talk about, well, what happens when your case gets dismissed. Now, we're just going to go over a few of the important things so y'all can understand we're bringing fire. And, if you want to learn more about this, or learn how to structure the two documents, or, where to even buy the two documents. Okay, well, I'm going to show you where to buy two documents. You ain't got time, or, want to even learn or whatever. You can just go buy my two documents. But if you want to learn or whatever, then you can call me up, Coach Neighbors, at 913-240-00. It's going across the bottom of the screen there, 0227. And then we get you set up and register for the next workshop. And this is going to be the next workshop. Well, since we've done a workshop on this already, it's going to be smoothly move. It's going to move smoothly. You know what I'm saying, through the next one. So we added a little more value to it. We're going to add to this next workshop on the case dismissed situation. Okay, how to manage Rule 12B, 12B BS. Oh, that was a slick ass way to put that shit. Oh, damn, I said it anyway. All right, come on now, stick with me, okay? Because I think those are the two main reasons people's stuff get tossed out of court, and neither one of them, both of them are well, what we said. Y'all know how I feel about that. Okay, but so if you want to get in next workshop, you should give me a call, and then we'll let you know when we have a schedule, when we have enough people. Okay, so we're just going to kind of cut through the cut. We're going to cut through the stink. How's that? That sounds better. And get right to it. Now, if you guys appreciate what we're doing, Legal Lily said you guys should ring the bell and click the thing, leave a comment. Hop up here so you can talk. Get up there. Hop up here and sit down. And leave a comment. She's just looking at me funny. She's like, you did not tell me we're going live right now. Why are you looking at me funny? Okay. So now, okay, so you got something? She got something. You got something you want to say? Okay, she's getting up on the back of the chair now. She's about to get serious right now. Okay, we're talking about the procedural substantive due process. No, I'm about to get to that. Okay, she thinks I've been talking a little too much. Okay, can I finish the show, or you want to take off? Because I'll go to lunch. That's a tail hitting stuff over there. Okay, psst, you sit down and chill. Let me finish the show. Thank you. Okay, so what did the dismissal actually decide? What did it mean? What did it decide? And before deciding what comes next, you need to identify the scope of the dismissal. Now, before we even get started on that, because I ain't trying to make it complicated, okay? Those of you who know me know that I'm going to start out with the fact that it was in an administrative court. Okay, that's at the gate. At the gate, you're in administrative court, and it's a violation of due process. And that's why we don't argue their stuff or what they want to talk about or none of that shit. Okay, and this is why everybody's stuff is the same. Everybody's stuff is the same if you start out addressing it at the gate. If you want to wait till they did something to you, that's way down the hill down there in the cesspool. That's pretty much where that is. Okay, so you're gonna start out there, and then next the arguing starts, and you just can't never get out of there. Okay, so what happened when the dismissal? I bet you didn't know the dismissal didn't mean that your case was over. I bet you didn't know that the dismissal wasn't anything more than a procedural BS to beat you down and make you give up and go sit down. I bet you didn't know that. Ask your attorney. Ask your attorney if he or she told you that. Tell them Coach Neighbors over there said to ask the attorney. Tell them Coach Neighbors said to call me. If it's asked, any attorney got some questions, y'all can call me. And when Legal Lily picks up the phone, you tell them that your attorney asked calling me. I mean, Okay, so this was a family show, but it's after 2 in the afternoon. So the gloves are off. Okay, so the dismissal. What did they decide? They didn't decide anything. I don't think they decided anything. Did they decide anything? Did they have a reason for the dismissal? Was it a procedural ruling or a ruling on the facts in a judicial court? Now, I'm just going to throw the judicial court on the end of that to make sure y'all don't get it twisted, because if you're not in a judicial court, we're not talking about the facts. What was it? Was it dismissed on the merits? Did the judge rule on the merits? No, the judge didn't rule on the merits. And this is the way you can get any judge out of your face. I'm just going to throw it out here, okay? Because I'm talking crap. I'm looking good, and I'm talking crap. So my crap got to match how good I look, all right? So when the judge steps up to get in your face, they're not going to provide a finding of facts. They're not going to provide a finding of facts and a conclusions of law in any decisions, rulings, or whatever the hell you want to call it that they make. Without a finding of facts and a conclusions of law, both have to be present. You have no chance for an appeal. You have nothing that you need for an appeal. You just got jacked in an administrative court on the federal or the state level. People think I'm in federal court. Man, I'm so happy to be here. No, dude, keep them boots on. Keep your ass at the gate. Okay? Remember how we do that? We stay at the gate. We don't let them come across our side, and we ain't going over there. So that's why we don't argue their shit. We don't try to do none of that stuff. We just want to stay at the gate. Hold your breath. Keep punching them. Forcing them with the fire that you get from winningcourtnell.com. That's the website over there. The fire that you get forces them to keep standing in their poop stuff, cesspool. Okay, I'll get it. Because it forces them to visualize the shared liability. Oh, when you have a RICO operation going on, you don't need one RICO co-conspirator. Bam, I got that all right. Okay, just out of my head. You don't need one rat to start chewing off somebody else's legs. And then all the rats, that's what my grandma said. I don't know. I never seen the rats chewing each other's legs, but I seen these people whining and complaining about the real-time feedback fire that we've been putting together from the real-time feedback from the people that have the courage to roll without limitations and step up to the plate. Now, that courage to roll without limitations is badass, but without the higher education, the higher educational material, without the higher education, it takes a long time to jumpstart your critical thinking process. Now, most people think the higher education is like, going to college or whatever, and that is higher education. And that's what WAP brings to the table. WAP, that's what we over there now. Okay, we both bring in the higher education to the table. They bring in the higher education to the table on the conventional side, and we bringing higher education to the table on the non-conventional side. Now, soon they're going to be bringing it on the non-conventional side too. Oh, wait, they already are because we over there. Okay, but just keep up with me. Okay, so the court never decides on anything. It's been my experience that the judge rules when you bring fire to the table. The judge makes a rule for them. Did the attorneys have to answer to anything that you invested in from pro se? Huh? Did the attorneys answer to anything, or did the judge just step in and say you failed to state a claim, or under the Rooker-Feldman doctrine, or under blah 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 blah? Oh, the judge stepped in for him. The judge stepped in for them. Sounds like a procedural due process issue. Due process means that shit's supposed to be fair. They're supposed to follow the statutes and codes to make it fair for us. Statutes and codes are not valid laws. There are rules, policies, look that shit up, set up by the corporation to make it fair for us. And you know what? When the corporation don't make it fair for us, and not too many people know about this, they're violating the federal law. They're violating the federal. When the corporation does not make it fair for us, they're violating the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. It's a federal law. It was enacted, and it still is. But here's the stinking deal, Phil. If you want to look it up, you better make sure you put 1946 on the end. Otherwise, you're going to pull up Cornell Law Library, watered down BS about the administrative procedure BS on the administrative BS side, not the other side. Okay, and I'm going to tell you too, okay, I have people telling me, Coach, can you send me the stuff? No, hell no. I don't have time for that. I already spent my time studying that. And it's fine if you want to look the shit up yourself. I think that's great if you got time, but, you have no idea how long it took me to find it. So my job ain't here to make it easy for y'all. So my job here is to provide what you need to get the higher education over here on the side of the shit that's happening for real. Okay, the real stuff that's happening, not this fake precedent shit, not this, whatever, not none of that. And there's, nothing where you had rights. Okay, I mean, I don't think. I'm thinking that everybody now that's been through this process understands that you don't have any rights. They lied to you when they told you that. And the reason they lied to you so that you would be over there complaining about your rights when they're jacking you up. Instead of complaining about why the hell they're able to jack you up so easy. Oh, back to the due process, back to the shit. Everybody's shit is the same. Back to the gate. Remember, I ain't stepping down there because I wear a size 15 shoe. I ain't stepping down there. So that's a lot of shoe to clean. Procedural due process concerns, and we're going to show you how to handle them. And when you're looking at this situation, it's whether they provided what's required by a judicial court. And I'm just going to tell you no because you're not in a judicial court. So, not trying to make a bunch of complicated stuff, whatever. But, they're in administrative court, faking your ass out, telling you that you're in a judicial court, but they're using the administrative rules. Okay, I've been in sports my whole life, and I've been punched in the face. I played boxing, karate, I did all that. Okay, so I'm just thinking, so if they're going to drag my happy ass in their administrative court and make me think it's a judicial court, and they're going to follow their administrative rules, I don't like the way that's working. I I'm just going to say, I don't like the way that's working. I think, well, I'd like to do something different. I'd like to hold their ass accountable for the judicial rules, the judicial stuff that they're faking like they're trying to be doing. What happened when you do that? Well, first thing you want to do, and we'll get back to this thing right here, okay? But I'm about to teach you how to shut that shit down. The first thing you want to do, if they got a case against you, is go in with a counterclaim. But before you go in, you want to take your counterclaim and you want to do the counterclaim. You want to add the state to it because state can't be an injured party, and the state's usually the plaintiff, or the state's paying the judge, or the state already got your deed in the office, or the state already got your ass arrested. Add the state to it, and then add the judge that's getting paid by the state. We don't even have to go into the due process stuff because right there at the gate, I'm smelling stink that could be on the bottom of my shoes if I step down there because the judge is getting paid by the state. And how's that? Okay, and then you add the attorney, the snitch. You add them to their own action using the counterclaim. And, I would counterclaim for $200 million, and I would do my counterclaim for RICO. Because that's what they're doing. I'm thinking. Legal Lily's telling me I should slow down just a little. Yeah, but that's what I do. That's what I would do if I was running the show. And then force them, because, when you roll without limitations, force them, do the counterclaim, and then, you have to serve them. Okay, that's the big key we missed a while back when we first started doing it. You have to serve them. You have to serve them the counterclaim. And then, you always want to file. I'd serve it on the clerk, too, to make the clerk file it. And I'd also serve the judge's individual copy, because you added. No, now the players have been added to their own action without having to pay filing fees. Oh, and we used to say without serving them, but we have to serve them now. We figured that out. Okay, so you still just jack their whole case without paying filing fees. And now you can file your case in federal court, take a certified copy of all of that BS that you went through on the state court level, take a copy with you over to federal court as an exhibit, because federal court's administrative too. So it's not evidence. Evidence is only in a judicial court. So you're in the federal administrative court. So you want as exhibits to show why, not what. Remember, we keep coming back to that. Not with why. Why they're able to violate you. Why they're able to violate you so easy. That's what I want to tell you. You get over the. Okay, so the other thing that we use to check their ass down when you invest in the stuff that we run Pro Se Legal School or over at winningcourtnow.com is we use federal case law. And I'm throwing this out there for you guys to use yourself if you can. You know what the hell we use federal case law and federal acts and everything that we file in federal court. Bam! It's a check down. Check the ass down right in the corner, because they can't respond to federal case law and federal acts, which is how we bring criminal liability to the table, with statutes and codes. They can't respond with statutes and codes. So, bam, it's in their check. It's a check. Now, that's what we did before we started doing the counterclaim process. But the counterclaim process is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, because if you want, if you grumpy and you want to take your grumpiness out in the positive way or whatever, then, you would add the attorney's spouse to the counterclaim. And then you would add the attorney's property to your claim. And if the attorney's spouse is assigned on the property, now you have to, bam, and now you have to serve all parties. But, you make note in there that the attorney's spouse is not part of the RICO claim, just getting named because her name's on the property. that's subject to the RICO claim. Ouch. Oh, it's getting hot in here. Oh, there are other ways. There are other ways to turn the heat up on these people. Well, how about suing the bar association? You ever thought about suing the bar association for RICO and fraud and all? Because they don't have no license. They told you they had a license. They charge you a buttload of money. They don't have. You ever see the bar association? Yeah, there's a lawsuit package on my website, winningcourtnow.com, to sue the bar association. And we got any attorneys or any bar members, maybe y'all can chime in, because I know y'all ass are watching. Chime in. What happens when you sue the bar association? What happens to the case? Okay, more specifically, the parties in the case. What happens? Okay, let's be more. What happened to the judge? If the judge is a bar member and you sue the bar association, what happens to the judge? Does any bar members that are associated with that corporation? Because remember, the bar members of corporations like Walmart. They're damn corporations like Walmart. So what happens when you sue them? Can anybody participate in the case? Well, you already added them to their own stuff. And then when you get to federal court, you can demand the federal court judge order them to the settlement table. Okay, that's how we do that. We demand, no, this trial shit, no, we don't have time for that. We already been jacked around for way too long. Settlement, we straight to the settlement table. Now, they couldn't respond to nothing that we put on the record down there in the state court, because we used statutes and codes, and then we added them to their own stuff. So now we're here, and they still can't respond because they don't have a federal bar card. I know I didn't think I was going to say license, because there ain't no license. In the Swear versus the Board of Examiners, the Supreme Court ruled that no state can license the practice of law. Now, I know attorneys telling me that I'm twisting it up, I'm taking it, I play football in college, I box and shit. I understand I did stuff not smart people do. So I just have to keep it simple. So I just tell them, look, just text me a picture of your license to practice law. I'm talking about your bar card, and I'll shut the hell up. Okay, and we won't have to have this argument and argue back and forth about a bunch of BS and lies like you want to do in court. So, no, we don't do that. So, and at this point, the judge does a sua sponte dismissal and just dismisses your stuff on behalf of his buddies or her buddies. And that raises defenses for offenses for the defendant. No hearing, no briefing, no opportunity to amend, no opportunity to be heard, and they didn't have no opportunity to even feel the fire that you brought to the table. Spend all that time and money on. Okay, I wanted to cover both of those. Okay, no finding of facts and conclusions of law, not or, and conclusions of law. So how did the court act? Okay, so the first part of that is the procedural due process violation. When the judge is answering for everybody and acting stupid, like they don't have to follow any. That's the substantive due process violation. The substantive due process violation is more concerned about the underlying conduct and the rights allegedly affected, including the conduct that existed before the case reached the court. The property was taken without lawful authority, enforcement of invalid statutes and codes. This sounds like everything, The fraudulent concealment, and remember, fraudulent concealment tolls the statute of limitations, so you can bring that to the table anytime and toll the statute. Bam! I use it as a cause of action right in the very front. And then I tell them, if you want to dismiss it, go ahead, I'll just bring it back. Let's just dismiss it, I'll bring it back. And attorneys, oh, they told me you can't do that. I said, why are you so mad? It's done, and why are you so mad? Okay, yeah, we can. When you roll without limitations, you can do whatever the hell you want. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Fraudulent concealment, lack of jurisdiction. And then you also need to address what was taken and why it was taken. The conduct was, all that is under the substantive due process part of the situation. And what happens, the central issue, what happens is we were trying to address both those issues on one document, which allowed them to hide behind what they thought we were. Oh, now we're addressing two different issues here: the procedurals and how the court acted, and then the substantive is the underlying conduct, how these people, what they did pretty much to get you to where you were, and what they did to you while you were where you were. We've been mixing the two up in one document, trying to dismiss. But now we figured out that we have to have a 2-document set package to handle this problem. And when we get this, this addresses what the court didn't rule on, why the procedures, we address all of that. And I'm going to show you the 2-set document. It's on the website, and it's marked down right now for the WAP community, but we're just including everybody right now. If you're from the WAP community and you registered over there and you follow me over there, we'll give you even a better deal. That's how this is going to roll, because they appreciate us being there, and they welcomed us with some little heart-shaped thingies on end of the first 2 products that we have listed. Yeah, we have products listed over there, and they're a little less expensive than what we're selling them for here on YouTube. And I'm just going to go right on out, because YouTube is taking 33% of our money, and so that just makes it harder. And then they're shadow banning me and blocking my stuff, unringing the bell so people don't know what I already know all the stuff they've been doing. So we're going to move over there. And we're going to take all of our people over there with us, but we ain't in a hurry. So, okay, so we're going to I'm going to do a screen share. Bam! Case dismissed, objection, lawsuit package. It's marked down. It's marked down. This lawsuit package addresses procedural filings for dismissed cases. It teaches you how to object properly, how to preserve the record, and seek recusal. Well, you're actually going to be suing the judge, because you're going to have to come in with the counterclaim first, and then you can do that. You got to have the fun first. This package is designed for cases that are terminated without proper authority, and focus on enforcing the procedural requirements, documenting judicial interference, and pursuing the substantive due process claim. So basically, the substantive part is your actual lawsuit for what they did to you in the court. Okay, not what happened way over there before you got to the gate or after there was a gate or whatever. Okay, it is what happened in the court yesterday or yesterdays. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now you can scroll down here and you can see the information about the package. Oh, and here is case dismissed workshop. Case dismissed next move workshop product page. But it's better to call me if you're interested in it, and I can let you know how many people we have when the next shop is going to be. So you should call me on there. And then we have our Cash App right there. And we also have the information video right there that you can go and watch. Yeah, welcome to this live stream. We jumping in here to get stuff done. Oh, we got some new fire that we're bringing to the table, and I'm really excited about it. I'll let you guys check that out. It's getting close to dinner time, so y'all know how I roll with all of that. So if you guys got this problem, you're interested in getting in the workshop, give me a call sometime later, not right after this, because I got to go eat. And my girlfriend taking me out to dinner somewhere. So, well, we're in this fancy place, and who knows? Maybe I'll play the piano over there or something when we come back or something. No, I don't know how to play the piano, but I can. I can get over there and give it a shot. Survey. Welcome to the Facts Jack. Just the Facts Jack with 2 stars. We got it. Survey said, yeah, hold them accountable. And they're not used to doing anything. Now they're used to enjoying everybody's pain and watching everybody sweat. That's what they're used to doing. And watching everybody run around with that deer in the head look on. But not anymore. Bam. We learned how to bring fire to the table, shut down the process using the counterclaim situation. Move yourself, change your position to enforcement authority. And you do that with the higher education. Higher education helps you change your position to enforcement authority. With the higher educational enforcement authority position, it's different. All right, guys. Thank you for the value, sharing your time. Make sure you click on stuff down there and leave a comment. And when you guys let me know you're here, you might even get a better deal when you call me up or you need something. And you can say, yeah, I was the guy that you got mad at because I was talking too much. Okay, no, don't talk too much. But you know what I'm saying. Thank you guys for the value, sharing your time. I got to go.